Don't you have something to say to me?
Dog Mom. Today I am joined with Dog Mom, none other than Mr. Dog Mom himself, Nick Scarpinato.
Thank you. And I'm joined by Associate of Dog Mom, David Kapushikars.
Yes, indeed.
And we're recording this the week of Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all moms out there. Thank you to my mom for giving birth to me. I have been a great kid, perfect kid, honestly, and I don't think you could have ended up with a better one. So you're welcome, and I love you so much.
Yes, to all the kids out there, be sure to run out and buy your mom a 1961 Jaguar E-Type.
Yes. Wow, look at you with the segue. That's it's a beautiful. It's honestly, I think it's the one that Doc was in the Cars franchises. It's very spy-like. It's very, I don't know how else you would call it, but it's very slim. It's very sleek. It's very sneaky. So if I needed to get away with murder or try to sneak up on someone to catch them for a murder, I'd drive that car.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, they didn't make hybrids in the 60s. Otherwise, it would have been a lot easier, but that thing's probably super loud. It's a Jaguar. You know how people say that cars will purr?
Yeah, drive some Jag. Play some Jag, drive some Jag.
Yeah. Any Atari Jaguar fans out there? Probably not. We're off to a great start. But welcome to episode 4 of the Too Bad We Didn't Get to Cars podcast. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but particularly all of the Marvel stuff that wrapped up and aired in the last week. I'm talking Moon Knight, and we're talking Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. A lot of M's. It's Mother's Day, Multiverse of Madness, Moon Knight. It's a Mother's Day Marvel extravaganza. So I'm really excited to get into that. That's probably going to be a majority of the episode, honestly. But we also wanted to make sure we got some music and video game stuff in. So we're going to be talking about just a couple of concert updates, things that we have coming up, and talk about venues, kind of piggybacking off of last week's concert experiences talk. And then we want to briefly talk about, since we haven't really been playing a whole lot of games in the last week, aside from mobile games, we'll just tell you about the mobile games that we've been playing, because all of their anniversaries happen to be around the same time. So it's going to be a busy time for those games in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, but really quickly, I want to talk about the fact that we're about to have 90-degree weather. We're about to have 90-degree weather, and this is the exact thing that last week I was so nervous about. I hate summer, man. I hate it.
Yeah, what a way to end my last week at Discount Tire.
Yeah, David's leaving Discount Tire. How long were you working there?
Since September.
Which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, for way too long, but the deed's got to be done. I have to revisit old territory again. But that just means I can finally put cars behind me.
Yeah, officially. Because we kind of started this podcast under the pretense that we didn't know anything about cars. So when I found out that you were working at Discount, I gotta say, I didn't know who you were anymore. And but now we're going back to square one. And speaking of jobs, I just got a job at a bakery. Which you probably look at me and you're like, yeah, his jolly ass absolutely sells cupcakes. That's absolutely what he would do. It is a surprise for me though. I'm very excited to start a new job, but I'm also very, very nervous because I've never worked at a bakery before. I don't work with baked goods super often. But that's just me. So I will be sure to visit you when you're doing cable work, and you gotta.
I wouldn't rate your chances quite so highly.
Oh my god! And you gotta visit me and buy a cupcake or something because it's in Aurora. So
tell your boss to get Dish. I'll be out there.
If you're watching, I shouldn't use their name.
I might be going to Texas for a week.
That's right. Yeah, I feel like this isn't the first time that I've heard about Texas being like a training ground for a bunch of different jobs, like people just going to Texas or Austin or whatever for do you know what part of Texas you're going to train?
I have no idea. It's also I have no idea if I'm even going, but it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. So if you don't see David for a week, or if you see him and he came back and he has a bunch of like scorpion stings, you'll know that it was because he was in Texas. Oh my God. You have to wear a cowboy hat. You have to wear a cowboy hat the first episode we do after you come back from Texas. Absolutely.
If I go to Texas, I will buy a hat. I will buy a cowboy hat.
Yeehaw, brother. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
That was a good yeehaw. So, yeah. So, I mean, we both are starting new jobs. I mean, for David, your job at Dish is kind of like a revisit. It's like a remaster, you know?
Yeah. I was there for like 2 months, and then things happened. But now I'm going back.
Yeah. So it's an exciting time for us, and you get to watch it all unfold or listen to it all unfold.
I don't know about exciting, but
new. It is new.
I don't know about new either.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, it is. It changes the way that we have been living the past like month since we started this podcast.
I'll
so
give
at the very least, it's doing that. So we'll be sure to let you know any sort of updates. I don't know, like if I heard a story of, I think I might have told you, but I was working with, oh God, who was I talking to? You ever start a story that you think is going to be really cool and then you literally forget how it starts? No, it was.
Yeah, actually, there was this one time.
Don't do it. Come on, man.
How'd it go again?
Don't do it.
How'd it go?
No, so I think it was actually like internet or like TV or whatever. But I was working with someone recently on like a musical project, and I and I was talking to them about their job, and they like installed like cable, or they worked on like, you know, TV, basically what you would be doing at Dish. And person walks into the house, and they're working in Virginia at the time. And so the guy walks into the house, and he's talking to the customer a little bit, and she's like, okay, yeah, I mean, you just take your time, do your thing. I'll be here. And he was like, oh, okay. So he's walking through the house, and he starts to see all these pictures of this customer, like with Dave Grohl. And he's like, wow, this woman's got a lot of pictures with Dave Grohl. She must be a big fan. And so he tells her about it. He's like, hey, you got a lot of pictures with Dave Grohl. I love the Foo Fighters. Like, he was a big Foo Fighters fan. And she's like, oh yeah, Dave's my son. And so this guy ended up working at the house of Dave Grohl's mom, Virginia. I think that's his mom's name. In like the town where he grew up, which is insane. So maybe David will have a story or two about that kind of experience.
I already do.
What?
To any White Sox fans out there, I did the cable for, what's his name?
Konerko?
No. What was it? Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson is currently
on the White Sox.
Yeah,
I did his cable. I don't even know who he is because I don't watch baseball.
Yeah, we didn't get into sports either.
Yeah, true.
Did you so like were you talking directly to him? Were you?
Yeah, no, I rolled up. Pretty nice looking house, as you'd imagine. And there's this guy working on the lawn, and I thought that was the guy. So I asked him, like, hey, man, can I park on your driveway over here? Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, I don't live here. He's in the car. Because he was in the car, I guess, waiting to go to a game that day.
Yeah.
And I walk up to him, and I was like, hey, man, is it cool if I park over here? He's like, yeah, man, that's fine. You go talk to my wife inside. She'll, like, tell you all the things. I was like, all right, cool. And I start doing the job, and then, like, in their bedroom, I noticed the guy, Tim, and his wife, and he was in the uniform in, like, Soldier Field. I was like, wait a minute. So I looked up my phone. I was like, White Sox players. And I found him. I was like, holy shit. I am in a famous man's home.
Wouldn't it be something if he was just like a really big White Sox fan and he bought like an authentic jersey and like escaped onto the field with his wife to take that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, very shortly after the authorities apprehended me and and I was in big trouble, but it was good for the football.
Yeah, I even told one of the managers that was there at the time, and he's like, there's no way you're in his house. That's my son's favorite player.
Oh,
and I sent him
no.
a screenshot of like the work order, and he was like, "Damn,
yeah,
I was there."
Yeah, man, that could have been. Isn't it funny how you think like in another universe, like that could have been like your boss in that situation, and he could have been like, "Yeah, my son is a big fan. I want to get your autograph," but it wasn't. So sorry, David's boss. Sucks to suck. Sorry, that was rude. I don't even know you.